Okay, we're tracking lions this morning, the Ntsevu pride. Haven't seen them in a couple of days. The tracks are on this road that we're on now. We're just going very slowly to see if they cut off. If they do, we don't want to drive over that spot. Just go slightly to the side so we don't cover the tracks. And hopefully in the next few minutes we'll have a pride. I don't think they'll be on the move. They'll probably be fast asleep, as is often the case in summer, but let's see. Although the long grass of summer might make it difficult to see tracks on the ground, what we get is other clues. So you can see there's a line in the grass here where the lions have walked. So whole prides walk through here and they've flattened the grass as they've trodden on it and as it's kind of been pushed over by their bellies. So this is a fairly easy thing to follow. You don't really even need to see tracks in the dirt. You can just follow this line through the grass. And the tracking, if it can speed up or slow down depending on the substrate, how easy it is to follow at the time. Here there's this bulldozer line of tracks that runs straight down the road. It's obviously easier for the pride to move on the dirt tracks and the game paths than it is wading through the grass. So now we can speed up because we can easily see where they've walked, and if they cut off the road, we'll just stop seeing the tracks because the road's nice and sandy. So we can make up time here. Okay, now things get interesting. Tracks have cut off, only one set of tracks still on the road. So we just got to find where the bulk of them turned and go from there. One here, two. It looks like the pride's turned in here. We've come back to where we found small tracks again, and a whole lot of them indicates that some of the young ones are with the pride. So they've gone this way, and I think the males would have probably just turned, follow them a little bit further down. At the moment they're not doing too much. Our timing was great. We got here just as one lioness decided to move to a slightly more open patch where they are now, and lions, they're afflicted by this condition called contagious behavior. So when one does something, a lot of the time the rest of the pride follows suit. So as soon as the big female moved, all the young ones started following. At least 14 are here, 15. There's another male, another Birmingham male in the grass over there. And we're hoping he comes to join them because we'll get this magnificent head-on view as he comes towards us. So I think we'll stay in a few more minutes to see if he does that. He is grooming. I think he's going to do it. Okay, that was a very unexpected roar from one Birmingham male, but he's doing it in response to, I don't know, but there's impala alarming just over the hill. We're leaving the lions, they're lying there. There's impala alarming just here, they're all looking in that direction. Maybe there's something else on the move. Maybe it's one of the other lions and they're trying to find the pride. We heard a leopard calling further away in that direction, kudu barking. Suddenly there's a lot going on. Let's go see what these impala are alarming at. What we will sometimes find in summer when the grass is long is that impala will spook easily at a warthog or a ground hornbill in the grass. They can't see what it is, they just see movement and they get a bit nervous. Some kudu over here, they weren't too concerned. It was different kudu that were alarming. Fundo of the Tracker Academy, he's just found a leopard in a leadwood tree not far from here. We're gonna go there. I don't know if it's the leadwood tree is alive or dead. If it's a dead leadwood, then it's going to be utterly spectacular. It's probably 7 minutes from here, fast driving pace, which we're at now. Okay, spectacular. Doesn't matter if the leadwood's alive or dead. Head's tucked away behind the branch. Looks like a female from the size, but you know, I'm not even going to make the call. I've been very wrong here before. First glance looks like a female, but the neck does look fairly thick, which would indicate male. So I'm going to wait till whichever leopard it is lifts its head, and then we'll see. So I think what will probably happen as it starts getting warm, this leopard will descend the tree, slink off into the riverbed. We've got the Mushabend riverbed just down here. And there's a lot of good cover here. I mean, and the grass is so long. I think, look, the money shot here is going to be the leopard coming down, so we're going to sit this one out. I don't think we'll have to wait too long. It's starting to get warm. Well, the fact that we weren't sure if it was a male or female just from the back view has been explained, because it's the Mashaba female who's Londolozi's biggest female. She's considerably larger than any of the other females we see here. Just making excuses here, but no, she's our oldest and biggest female leopard. I don't think I've seen her for over a month, so it's nice to know that she's still around. Okay, we've been here for well over an hour and a half now. She hasn't moved. It's starting to cloud over. We were thinking the heat might drive her down to seek shade. But she's watching these clearings out behind us. And there are a whole lot of impala moving out there. But I think what might happen is she'll wait till the impala move behind a thicket, which will cover her movements. And then she'll slink down quickly and maybe try and approach. So that was unbelievable. She just disappeared. Typical leopard disappearing act. And I think she's just gone into this thicket. She's lying down in the long grass. There are a lot of squirrels alarming. But yeah, you can have just goes to show when a leopard doesn't want to be found, you're not going to find it. So a shame. I think we'll leave her. There were the impala that she was probably wanting to hunt. Now that the alarm has been given, I think she's probably just giving it a moment before everything calms down. And yeah, we don't want to disturb her if she's going to go try catch something. But what a spectacular sighting. Nice to see her. This afternoon we started just by pausing with a lovely mixed herd of impala, kudu, there's a warthog scampering around and a couple of monkeys I think feeding on the ground. One kudu cow is just staring fixedly into the bushes over here. She hasn't barked, so I think she's just curious. She's either heard something or spotted a movement. If she establishes that there's a predator there, she'll let off a big bark, so that's what we're hoping for. It looks like she's slowly losing interest, so I don't think there's anything there. Yeah, she's wandering off. We'll go and have a little look just in case, but I don't think there's anything. Could have very, very good senses, so if there's something, I'm sure she would have worked it out and sounded the alarm. We are looking for a mating pair of leopards this afternoon. One of our rangers, Byron, he saw them yesterday and then this morning heard them mating again in a very similar area, but didn't manage to get a vehicle in. It was very thick. And then apparently it was the Mashaba female. We're not too sure who the male is yet. Most likely the Senegal bush male, given the area. But let's go see if we can find them. Now the best way to find a mating pair of leopards in thick bush is to just sit and listen. There's a very distinct roaring noise given up when the male mounts the female. So we've been sitting for about 20 minutes at opposite ends of a drainage line listening carefully, and Byron has just radioed to say he's heard the leopards about 200 meters from where he is downstream. It's not the best news because it's a thick area, but let's see if we can get a vehicle in there. And then we'll stop and listen again, slowly but surely. Hopefully they carry on mating and giving this noise, and we can start to triangulate exactly where they are. Okay, we've just heard them. They're right here. I don't know if we can get in there though. I think we might be on the wrong side of the drainage line. That's a long way around. Let's see if we can get a view from this side though. Okay, we found them, but we are on the wrong side of the drainage line. We can only see the Mashaba female. We can now hear growling. She's just disappeared behind some long grass to where the male, we presume, is lying. I think we've got just enough light to get around. Okay, fantastic. We managed to get around. It's the Senegal bush male with the Mashaba female. We're probably a little bit closer than ideal. But the grass is just so thick, this is the only real place we can get a decent view from. But they're very relaxed. They've seen Land Rovers many, many times over their lives, so they know that we're not a threat, we're not a food source, so they just ignore us completely. At the moment they're just snoozing. It's usually around 10-15 minutes, sometimes 20, between mating bouts, and the number of times we've heard them now, they're sticking to that consistency, so I think it'll only be a few more minutes before we see them mating again. And it'll be the female who will initiate the copulation. So a couple of minutes, then the Mashaba female should get up, she'll growl a little bit, and she'll start kind of waving her tail in front of the male, posturing, and then he'll mount her and we'll see the whole mating process. So now we just got to wait. So there's a hyena coming sniffing down the hill to this point where we originally spotted the leopards from. I don't think anything's going to happen here. There's no kill at stake, well, nothing that we're aware of. But hyenas will often follow the scent trail of leopards in the hope of being led to a kill. The Mashaba female has seen it, and I think like the hyena will probably just go on its way. Even if it sees them, it'll just kind of look, and then if there's no smell of carrion or blood, it'll realize there's no food to be had and it'll walk off. But I'm sure the leopards will just watch it. It is a rival predator, it is a potential threat, so they'll just watch it until it's gone. Okay, it's practically dark now and we can hardly see them anymore, so we can leave them to it and come back, check in this area in the morning.